Hello, I'm Sarah, and this is Pecky. Pecky, you seem to be wearing a crown. You are? Why are you wearing a crown? You had a funny dream last night? I think lots of people are having funny dreams at the moment, aren't they? You were the king, were you? You made some laws. Oh, what were the laws that you made? Number 1 law was no more broccoli. Oh, I see. We should eat Haribos instead. I see. And did you make any other laws? Yeah, you wanted to go back to school, did you? But you wanted to have no lessons. Just playtime. Look, your crown's falling off. Let's leave it down there. So you wanted to just have playtime and no lessons. Well, Pecky, don't you think you might get a little bit bored with playtime all the time? You don't think so? And don't you think it might not be very good for you to eat Haribos all the time? Well, Pecky, I think sometimes you might need to eat some vegetables. You don't like them? So, Pecky, today we've been thinking about the Lord's Prayer. Do you remember anything about the Lord's Prayer? Oh, you learnt it at school, did you? Oh, and you know what God's name is, do you? It's in the prayer, God's name. His name is Harold. Harold be your name? Is that God's name? Actually, the word, Pecky, isn't Harold, it's hallowed. It means it's a special name. Can you remember what comes next after that little bit of the prayer? Okay, well, it's about God's kingdom. You know, you just had a Pecky kingdom. Well, this is about God's kingdom coming. What would God's kingdom be like? Well, that's a really good question. I wonder what everyone thinks about that. I was thinking, Pecky, can you remember to just before Easter when we learnt about a special meal that Jesus had with his friends? And then Jesus did something special for his friends that normally a servant would do. Can you remember what that was? You remember, do you? What did Jesus do? He washed their cheesy feet. He did, didn't he? He washed their cheesy feet. And he said, this is how you show love for one another. You do things that are special for each other to look after people. Do you think God's kingdom might be a little bit about that? Doing things to help and look after people? What could you do? Well, it's a good question, Pecky, isn't it? Can you think of anybody that might need a little bit of God's love at the moment? Hector? Who's Hector? I've never heard you mention Hector in your class. Oh, he's very new, is he? So he came just before you all had to stay at home. And he doesn't know anybody? That must be really sad. You could send him a message. You could do that. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? And when you've done that, what? Can we have Haribos for tea? Oh, Pecky.